Did I just accidentally invent Coca-cola?
Well, no, not really. But as you'll see later, I get surprisingly close to Coca-Cola. Now here's the story. We got these plums from a friend who has a plum tree, and wasn't really sure what to do with them, so of course I decided to make Plum Shrub. Now, these plums are called Italian prune, which is kind of wild and weird to me, that the prune variety is called Italian plum. No, the plum variety is called Italian prune because I guess they make prunes out of this. Anyway, the whole thing seems weird. I ended up with 250 grams of plum. I put in 100 grams of sugar. That seemed like a pretty good thing. And the secret to this is I put in a tonka bean. A tonka bean sort of has a flavor that's a cross between a cola bean and a vanilla bean, and they can be toxic if you have too much. They're also illegal, I think, in America, although we did manage to buy a bag of these on Amazon, so they are delicious. And they have an incredible aroma, and I love them. I put the tonka bean in to sort of enhance the flavor because plums don't have a ton of flavor. So I left it in a couple days until all of the water was sucked out of the plums and I got a delicious plummy syrup. And for this one I decided to use balsamic vinegar, which is a totally viable option. I ended up with about 150 milliliters of plummy syrup and decided to use about 30 or maybe a little over of balsamic vinegar. I don't like to make them too vinegary. And then we're just going to give it a try.
Okay, we got our cola substitute shrub. The thing to do when you make a shrub, the first thing I do anyway, is just have it with some soda, because shrub sodas are amazing, and part of the reason to make them at all is so you can have a delicious soda on a hot day, or feed something homemade and delicious to your child, or even better, someone else's child. When I first tried this, it tasted so much like Coca-Cola, I couldn't believe it. But to up the Coca-Cola-ness, I'm going to put in some acid phosphate. This is from something called the Extinct Chemical Company, and it's called Hosford's acid phosphate. And it just adds that acidic bite that Coca-Cola has. If you look at the ingredients of Coca-Cola, you'll see phosphoric acid prominently mentioned in there. 1, 2, 3. Just a dash or two of acid phosphate. Let's see how that goes. Oh yeah. Now when I tasted this, first thing I thought was, I want a rum and coke. I'm gonna put this Karuba Dark. This is a dark Jamaican rum, and I would be shocked if this didn't have added sugar, but it's still pretty good. I'm gonna put 1.5 ounces in for grins. All rum and cokes need a little squeeze of lime. Doesn't taste exactly like Coca-Cola, but it tastes pretty good. Tonka beans are amazing. This balsamic vinegar is really doing something. The rum and coke is just amazing. This is not as acidic as a Coke. I'm going to put a little more acid phosphate in. If you want to zazz up a drink that just needs a little bite of something, acid phosphate. Oh yeah. So in conclusion, this prune shrub is delicious. If you put a tonka bean in it, it tastes a bit like a soda, like a cola, like a Coca-Cola, or maybe a Dr. Pepper. If you have a neighbor or a friend who's got one of these trees, they don't want all these plums. They don't know what to do with so many plums. People are happy to give you as many plums as you want to take. I went to my friend's house and got a second load of plums. I'm gonna make another round of this plum shrub in a greater volume. I made mine with tonka bean, which is banned by the FDA. Apparently, if you eat it in sufficient quantities, it is toxic to your liver. Now, I don't eat it in very big quantities, and I'm doing enough damage to my liver already. I'm not real worried about it. It can be difficult to get, though. You could use a vanilla bean, you could use some kind of cola bean, you could use star anise, you could use cardamom, vanilla bean. Go to the spice aisle, check it out, explore your options. I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, etc. Enjoy your plum shrub, Coke in quotes, and we'll see you next time.